Hey guys, Helen Hartsmith here again from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Whoo! Has it been a hot minute? Yes, it has. Yes, it absolutely has. And I've missed this. I've missed filming. I've missed you guys. I've missed just sharing things with all of you. So I don't know who's out there that has watched videos. I don't know if this is new people, but I feel like this is new for me for sure. And so I'm going to ask, first of all, you know what? I'm not asking, because that's not what witches do. We manifest, right? So yes, it has been about a year since I last posted a video. So it's been that amount of time since I've recorded. I'm just putting the intention out there that this is going to be a little chat amongst friends, and it's going to be fantastic, okay? So, you know what that means. It's time for a beverage. Oh, yes. This is a new tea that I'm going to share with you in a moment, in a bit. We'll get there. But let's get down to it. So I almost feel like I need to kind of back up the train a little bit and maybe reintroduce myself, just because it has been that long since I've done a new video. So, as I said, my name is Helen Hartsmith. This is the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. I am a practicing eclectic witch and have been practicing for just about 25 years, I believe. Woo! Feeling old, I guess. Whatever. It's fine. And so I started this channel because I wanted to be able to share aspects of my life involving the craft, but not just the craft, involving all of my life. So, as I said, I'm an eclectic witch. I am the co-leader or co-founder and elder of an eclectic coven in mid-Michigan. We are an eclectic coven that has Celtic and some Norse leanings. Okay. I'm also a vegetarian. My roommate and I have been vegetarians for, I've lost count of how many years. And hold on, let me deal with, yes, we're filming on a phone, folks, because that's, the easiest way to go about it. So we're vegetarian. I like to consider myself a conscientious consumer. So I like to think about where and why I'm spending my money and try to be conscious on a global level of the things that I purchase. We recycle here in this house. We upcycle in this house. We reduce, reuse, and all of that in this house. So I will talk about all of those subjects plus on this channel. So, as I've mentioned a couple of times now, it's been a while. So what have I been up to? And I think that's probably the title that I'm going to use for this video. And so, you probably have an indication we're in a little catch-up period right now, and that's okay. So I believe the last time I post videos, I had been sharing the new job that I took on. And it's been just over 3 years now that I've worked for this company, and I absolutely love it. And it's been about a year since I got a promotion at work. So I work for a manufacturing facility, and I am the quality manager there. So that involves a lot of responsibility. And so that is where a great deal of my energy has been going towards in the last year. As I said, I really love this job. It's very fulfilling. I have like a great boss who gives expectations and kind of lets you find your way and is there to help and guide as needed, things like that. So it's a very, very beneficial and healthy environment to work in. So I'm loving that. So, that has been a drain on my personal energy and has contributed quite a bit to not being here and not making videos. I was also dealing with a bit of, I don't want it, not imposter syndrome, but I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to say on this channel, and kind of felt like maybe a little like my creativity had kind of dried up. And I think that is probably attributed to the job, because a lot of what I am doing is putting things into place, right? Creating policy, creating procedure, things like that. And so it's a very creative position. And so that's why I think that contributed. I also think that, like many of you, I'm still recovering. That feels like such a strong word. I feel like I'm coming back from COVID. COVID was it did things to people. And so I'm still kind of coming back from that. But I'm really excited because I have things to say and I have ideas for things that I want to share with you guys. And so I'm hoping that creativity and that those ideas and me feeling like they're valid, not so much valid, but feeling like I want to share them maybe. I guess I'm a little bit struggling for words sometimes. So, it is what it is. Hopefully that will get better as I get back into the swing of things. So work has been pretty busy. Also, I discovered this community on like the reels and on the YouTubes. So I haven't been making videos for YouTube, but I've sure been watching a lot of YouTube. And I've always been a reader. Okay. Even as a child, my mom would tell stories about me sitting in my grandfather's lap and making him read things like the Three Little Kittens and the Mother Goose rhymes and things like that over and over again. So I've always been a reader, but life kind of gets busy sometimes. And so I've been able to, in the last several years, redevelop a love for reading, and that's really taken off. And I've found I've been making it a personal mission to read my witchy library, because I have several bookshelves here in my sacred space, and there's a lot of witchy content books that I own, and I haven't necessarily read them. And so I've been trying to focus on reading them, and if they resonate with me in my practice, then I keep them. If they don't resonate with me, then I pass them on. And so that's been very rewarding. But I've also been getting back into fiction again as well. So if you follow me on Goodreads, you'll probably see an uptick in what I've been reading. And so that's been like a really passionate thing for me. And I'm trying to keep reasonable about it, reasonable with my expectations and my reading goals and things of that nature. But it's definitely added a spark to my reading pleasure and things. So that's been very, very positive. And I'm actually doing a reading bingo board. I know that there are several booktubers, book talkers, all of that out there that do book bingos or, for reading goals. So if you're interested, I think I tried to be reasonable for my 2024 reading goals, but I think I set some things a little too high. But if you're interested in things, if you're interested in the bingo board, then I guess let me know in the comments and I can maybe share some of that. So I've been wanting to come back to YouTube and make videos, and I've been wondering if talking about my fiction reading is something that would be interesting to the people that come to this channel. And I'm not really sure, but I also want to be authentic to what I started this channel for. And so I think I'm going to share some fiction reading with you and just kind of let me know how you feel about it, okay? And if it's a good time for everybody or not. Like, I'm not setting out to be like a big booktuber, and I've definitely talked about witchcraft and esoteric subject books. So talking about books and reading isn't necessarily new for my social media, but I haven't talked about fiction. So let's see how that kind of plays out. But I've been reading some really good books, guys. Yeah. And so I've got a little list here. I always have little lists. I love my lists. So my notes, things that I want to talk about. And so one of the things that I want to talk about is convocation. So for those of you who've been around the channel, you have probably heard me talk about convocation at some point, either on the channel or on my WordPress blog. I've talked about convocation there as well. And I guess since I brought it up, I don't know if I'm going to be going back to using the blog. I haven't even logged in to the blog in quite some time. So that's kind of up in the air. I'd like to get some video content under my belt and then think about that. But anyhow, convocation. So convocation is a 4-day event that takes place in February of every year. And it takes place, it was like in the Detroit area, but last year it was moved to a new hotel in the Ann Arbor area. So now it's in Ann Arbor. And so 4 days where all the pagans take over a hotel, and it is days filled with, classes and workshops and rituals. There's a masquerade ball. There's been karaoke in the past. There's drum circles. It is just a wonderful event. And I think I figured out that I've been going for like 19 years. So, I've been going for quite a while to the event. And so I've taught in the past before COVID. And so, cause of course, the event did happen in 2020. It was just before everything shut down, in March. So it did happen in 2020, but it didn't happen in 2021. And it did not happen in 2022 either. No, wait, is that right? Yeah, it didn't happen in 2022. They came back in 2023, and that was the last year at the hotel that the event had been at. And then 2024 was the new hotel, right? So this new hotel is a great facility. There's like 8 floors of rooms. There's lots of rooms, and there's an overflow too because the hotel gets sold out for the weekend. But I want to say in 2023, there was like 190 some events that happened throughout that weekend, or that weekend. And in 24, there was like 210. So that was a big jump, 20 additional classes, rituals, events, whatever. And so there's more space for classes. And the hotel staff was incredible to the event, so that it was lovely. It was very, very lovely. So if you're definitely like in the Midwest area, there's lots of people that come. So check it out, convocation.org. I taught in 2024. So that's pretty exciting for me. I actually taught one class solo, and I taught 2 classes with Kathy, who is my co-founder in our coven. And so we did a class on magical mirrors, and we did a class on self-care. And then my solo class had to do with spirit guides for the sphere of Yesod. No, it was Yesod and Had. We were kind of doubling up. So, it was a busy weekend. And it was great to kind of experience that again. I always use that as like a recharge for me in my practice, because you get excited. There's guests of honor that are established authors in the field. And so 2024 saw Devin Hunter and Matt Oren, among others. Like I'm completely drawing a blank as to who all the guests of honor. That's terrible. But I mean, you could see it on the website. And they're looking towards 2025 now anyhow. But just before convocation, I was approached about the possibility of joining the MEC board. And MEC stands for the Magical Education Council. And this board is the group that is responsible for putting on convocation. And so I was approached asking if I would be interested in taking on a role with the board and becoming a board member. And I was very interested in doing so and expressed that. And so went through the different things that you have to do in order to get elected onto that board. And so in April of this year, I was voted on and joined the MEC board. And it's been a very, very interesting experience thus far. I am part of the programming team that is responsible for planning all the classes for the event. In addition to convocation, MEC also puts on a pagan picnic in the summertime, and they also put on an event that's called Beyond the Veil. And I've never gone to Beyond the Veil, but I plan to do so this year. That takes place in October. So I'll be able to make a report about that afterward. But yeah, so it's exciting, and that's, taking up some time in my life that I'm very happy to do that with. And, I would encourage you again to check out convocation.org if you're interested in attending. You can purchase tickets now. I believe, yes, you can start booking rooms now. So like we're in full preparation mode. And they've also announced who the guests of honor are for 2025. And 2025 is a pretty big year for the event because it is the 30th anniversary of the event. So that's a pretty big milestone. And we have 5 very, very interesting and diverse guests of honor that are coming for the event. Benable Wen is a person that I know very little about and am looking forward to seeing what she has to offer. I know that she has a tarot card deck, and she also practices I Ching. So that's someone that I need to do a little bit more research on and see what she's about, but I'm excited for her to be there. Stephanie Rose Bird is also coming this year. I believe she is classified as a hoodoo practitioner. And I have one of her books, so that's got to be on my list of things to read before February as well. Matt Oren is coming back. He was a guest of honor, as I said, last year. Devin Hunter is also coming back. Again, a guest of honor from, well, it would be this year, 2024. They are incredible guys. Matt's very shy and reserved, but a powerful medium, and has some very incredible books out. Well, both of them have incredible books out. Devin knows a lot about crystals. He talks a lot about dragons, and things like that. So I'm excited to see them again in 2025. And then finally, a guest of honor that has a special place in my heart, and that is Christopher Penczak. I am a graduate of his Temple of Witchcraft Mystery School. It's been like 6 years this year since I graduated, so I'm a high priestess within the temple, and proud of that. And yeah, I'm excited to get him back in the mitten and meeting some new folks and things like that. So pretty excited. Very happy. Very, very happy. If anybody's got questions on Convocation or the mech board or anything like that, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll try to steer you wherever I can, basically. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, I need a sip before we get into this. Because it's exciting. So, two of the ladies that happen to be on the mech board are also students of Christopher Penczak. And so, gosh, it had to have been not soon after I joined the board that the idea was brought up that we go to Temple Fest. So Temple Fest is an event that is like Convocation, but it's on a smaller scale. And it is an event that is put on by the Temple of Witchcraft. And, being that Christopher's coming next year, being that the three of us were students, we thought that it would be a really cool thing for us to go to this event. It takes place in Massachusetts, and it takes place it was the weekend that the final weekend, with dates in August and September. It's at I think it's kind of like a nature camp or something like that. Do you hear the birds? I can hear the birds. And so, as I said, similar setup. There were guests of honor, different things like that. Amy Blackthorne was there. H. Byron Ballard was there. H. Byron Ballard, she was at Convocation in 2024. How could I forget? I love her. She's fantastic. I think because I didn't connect with her at Convocation, I didn't connect with her until at Temple Fest, and she is a delight. She is an absolute delight. Who else was there? Devin and Matt were there. And I have, this is the booklet that I got from the event. So there's the little Temple of Witchcraft. Amy Blackthorne and Christopher did keynote speeches, or presentations during the weekend. And Irene Glass was there, and unfortunately, I didn't get to any of her workshops, and I regret that, but there's only so much time. Kobe Michael was there. Of course, Adam Sartwell was there. Danielle Dion was there, and she's an utter delight. Unfortunately, she was sick and she had to cancel her classes, but she did pop in, so it was lovely to see her momentarily. And a lot of temple members were also presenting. Laura Tempest Zakroff was there too. I just love her. So if anyone's interested in more information on this, then I would suggest going to the Temple of Witchcraft page. It's templeofwitchcraft.com, I believe, something along those lines. They also do Hearth Fest, and I think that is in the winter months, but I don't remember exactly the time. But that information would be on the website as well. So, and I don't think I've attended a Hearth Fest. So, I don't know. Yeah, so check it out. Sorry, that was kind of like a brain fade. But an exciting woman, another presenter at Temple Fest, was a woman named Leandra Witchwood. And she has a company that's called the Witchwood Tea House. And she did an incredible class on shadow work that I really enjoyed. And she is a tea maker. So the tea that I am enjoying today is a blend that I purchased from her at the event. And it's actually a tea to honor Bloodwed. So here is, gosh, hopefully, I haven't held anything up to a camera. Oh gosh, that's super. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Hopefully you can see that. So, Bloodwed is, that is my pronunciation. You may pronounce it different, and that's okay. But is a Welsh goddess, I believe. But I wanted something without tea in it. So this is an herbal blend that has calendula or calendula, depending on how you pronounce it, chamomile, apple, rose hips, and lavender. And this blend is fantastic. This is the cutest little glass jar with a great sealed lid, bamboo lid. And there you can see the blend. There's like chunks of apple in this, and it's really good. And during Leandra's class, she had tea brewed that we drank that went along with the ritual that was happening in the class. And that was her shadow work blend. And unfortunately, she was sold out of the blend by the time I got to purchase some. Does this say what's in here? Oh, nettle, rose, oat straw, alfalfa, chamomile, apple, orange, elderberry, blue cornflower, and lavender. Great class, great ritual. And this is kind of like a little sample size that you can get like 1 to 2 cups out of it. So, and I've been kind of saving it. And she's got a book out on shadow work as well. And that's kind of on my list for something that I'd like to pick up. But I bought 6 books at Temple Fest, and what my friend Maura bought me a 7th book. So I got things to read before I order any more books, okay? And I've read some already, but so that kind of leads me into the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and that's the future of the channel here. Like I said, I have ideas for videos that I would like to film. As a matter of fact, the Surface that's right in front of me has stacks of things for 2 of the videos that I have planned. I definitely want to talk about some great books that I've read, and I want to talk to you about books that I'm excited to read. So those are a couple of planned videos for the future. I have not filmed them yet. I'm going to try to ease myself into a schedule, and I'm only looking at like 1 video a week. I think that's best for me. I haven't thought about like a schedule. I don't even remember what my filming and posting schedule was when I was like doing a lot of things. So just kind of bear with me as I kind of figure things out. And if you've got questions or if you have video suggestions, I know that I did a lot of top 10 videos, and I'd have to go back and look at my notes. I may have, I know that I have several top 10 ideas started, but I don't know if I've got any that are completed that I might want to film. So we'll kind of see what's going on there. I know I enjoy talking about crystals. I have a pretty insane collection right now. I'm running out of places where I can sleep because every surface has crystals on them. Crystals or books. Hey, it's a good problem to have. So I'm gonna feel out what works best for me and try to be as consistent as possible, because I think excuse me, I think having consistent content and quality content is where I want to kind of focus. I don't do a lot of production in my videos. A lot of my videos are just kind of me sitting here talking to you. I know that I've had ideas in the past about doing things like showing my ritual garb and things like that. But I mean, for the most part, this is a one pony show, and it's hard to have to plan too much when you're only one person. So we'll kind of see where things go. So that's going to be it for the moment. And now, oh gosh, here's another thing I didn't think about. What's my outro? Let's see if I can remember it. If you enjoyed this video or learned something from it, please give it a thumbs up, because that really helps the channel. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I do have a backlog of videos that I don't think were too timely. I think some of them still stand the test of time. There's links in the description box for social media. So I have an Instagram account. There is a Facebook page for Heart of the Witch's Path. And of course the channel. I think that's it. Check out the links. Oh, I believe there's a link for my Goodreads. That feels like it. So, I'm stalling because I know there's something else I usually say. So, I know, thanks for walking the path for a while with me. And until next time, blessed be. That's it!